Alright guys, welcome back. This is Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. We're going to be heading to the Eastern Palace. First off here, I'm taking a detour to catch this ferry. It's always present. Ah, I was trying to get the sword lasers and that guy bombed me. Great. So, last time I got a couple of cool items. I got the Ether Medallion and the Quake Medallion. Definitely super helpful. There's a couple of scenarios up ahead here where I might want to use it. We'll see if it comes to mind. Much more difficult in the Dark World, the stuff that we're seeing here. The monsters are a little bit more aggressive. They have a little bit more nasty tactics going on. So I'm just quickly taking a pit stop here to grab a bottle. I gotta say, I love the one-off locations. You see that in the last episode there was that tower in that Aghanim's room. There was those light effects. Here there's a nice shadow effect of the bridge. Yo, Link, you seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. My empty bottle. You got a hobo under the bridge, drank all his juice last night. Somehow he knows Link. I guess just everybody knows him. He's that troublemaker with the long ears. Alright, so we're heading to the east, heading towards the crystal on the map here. It's really the only location we can reach here. Everything else is blocked off. Take out my bow and arrow, just for safety's sake. I don't think I'll probably need it. Heading up here. There is a little bit of a story section in there. There's a little tree guy who talks about how he's sad because he came here and lost his family and stuff. Basically, he was greedy. He came here for the golden power and got turned into a tree. And here's our friend the monkey. I'm Kiki the monkey. Kiki. I love rupees more than anything. Can you spare me 10 rupees? What will you do? Put them in my bag. Kiki, Kiki. Good choice. I will accompany you for a while. Kiki, Kiki. And if this guy gets hit, or if I get hit while I'm carrying this guy, it's gonna cause the little monkey to run away. So you gotta be pretty careful going through this section. The sword lasers are super helpful. Kiki, if you give me 100 rupees, I will open the entrance for you. Kiki. What will you do? Ask him to open it. Good choice. Then I get 100 of your rupees. Kiki. And off he goes. Little acrobatic guy. There he goes. Alright, I'm going to take the opportunity to flip back into the light world quickly and steal the 100 rupees that I left here in the first palace. Handy dandy sword lasers. Got some cash there too. Basically stock up here. And it's kind of interesting. I like the parallel between the light world and the dark world here, that we have that scenario where here in the light world we could have gained that much. In the dark world we lose that much for the monkey. And back we go. Heading into the Eastern Palace. Alright, so right away here we can see there's a very mirror world kind of a similarity here, where we have those same 3 entrances. Instead of the middle one being closed, the outside 2 are closed. Oh, that sneaky little devil. Got him. Might as well pick that up too. My magic power was a little low. There's those nasty attack blocks there. We got a handy shield and this magical mirror that will bring me back to the first room. Great. Alright, now I have my key. I can go on through here. Deflect fireballs all the way. Gonna drop one here. And there we go. Alright, so multiple levels in this dungeon. There's only B1 and F1 because we've only got the vanilla map. We don't actually have the map for the dungeon yet. This is where I'm going to use my ether. Wait until these guys get nice and comfortable. And technically, I suppose I could use the mirror and warp out, but I think that's much more rewarding. Fry all these skeletons with ice. Get a little bit more money. If I had run out of bombs, I would have had more bombs. Not required here. I think I'm going to use this. Should I use that warper? Yeah, sure. Let's do the second warper while we're here. You can come back and go through later. I'm going to switch to my bow for this section. They also have multiple ways of indicating the... Oh, that guy deked me out with the fireball. They have multiple ways of indicating the broken walls, like where you can bomb and escape into the next area. It's interesting because when we don't have the map, there's nothing really visible, right? You can't identify which area has a broken wall section and which doesn't, or where you can sneak through. But when you do pick up the map, like once you have this map, like I can look at this map here, and what we see is there are several little openings, right? But when I pick up the map, it's going to allow me to see everything, basically. All the other little rooms and side areas everywhere is going to show up now. And it is only BF and B1, which is interesting. I thought it was bigger than that. Okay, so we have a bomb to drop here. I'm going to have another bomb to drop on that side too. This one's going to be a key, which I need to grab before I head back to the start here. And I'm going to run through the other side and find some fairies. I'm going to grab one of these fairies for later with my handy-dandy bug catching net. And I'm going to use the mirror to warp back out. This is a super handy item. I remember years ago I was like, that's not a useful item. All it does is warp me back and forth. What a gimmick. But actually, it's super helpful in maximizing your expenditure of time in the castle. So when we're wandering through here, it becomes super helpful to be able to warp in and out. Okay, so I'm gonna drop a bomb there, head back down, go into that central area, and get the big key. So it's super tempting, I mean, on your first run through, if you see all these like breakable walls and stuff, if you're not really savvy, you might want to break them down or, you know, try and use a bomb on them. But in most scenarios, especially in the Dark World, I've found that it's not really useful. Oh, I can actually just go back this way. Woo! Alright. Getting mixed up in the dungeon. So I'm going to head to the right-hand side this time. Push this brick off. And head up here. Where we're going to get another key. And this is the first time we see a ledge in a dungeon. They have that little handy-dandy arrow there. I don't know if that's good enough. You know, if I look at it, I would probably want something there as a player. It was the 90s, you know, the standard wasn't really so high as to what the indication on screen should look like. I'd grab a second skull here for the guy who's going to come up. Alright, and I do have one key to open this door. Gotta watch out for those little green dudes there. They're shooting fire all over the place. Ooh, there's a chest. So something funny about this, I mean, the bombs always tell you, like almost every single time, oh, you can pick up a bomb that you've thrown, just press the A button. And then there's one scenario right near the end of the game where if you don't do that, you can't beat the game, basically. You have to be able to do it. And it's the only box in the whole game where you don't have that indication that you can grab and throw bombs. And that's the clue. It's like it's kind of an obtuse puzzle. It's not really obvious. Hey, we got the magic hammer. So the puzzle's super, you know, straightforward up until that point. And then there's a section where you all of a sudden have to use a bomb, and it's not really obvious. There's not any precedent of that particular technique anywhere in the game. So, like, the only clue is, oh, we didn't tell you to pick up and throw a bomb. You should know by now. Okay, so we're going back through here. I am not using my half-eaten popsicle. Okay, so these guys are coming in. I can bop them one at a time here. Pretty handy. I'm gonna head down this one, and this is the lower level. We can see the boss door over there. Just need to get there. Whole lot of money in this room. I'm not too concerned about it. I'll pick some of it up, but I don't need to go back and pick up more right now. I'm doing alright. And this is the next door here. Gonna pick up another key after depleting that, I think. Oh, no. It's cash. That's a safety box. Alright. Now I'm in a situation where normally they would want you to jump down over there, but because I'm well versed to a degree, I know that I can kind of sneak and cheat a little bit here if I... Oh, I got it in the first try. If I throw my boomerang that way, I can sneak through that room without going all the way around one more time. Okay, so I'm going to use a magic hammer. Throw those down, go to the right. Later on, we're going to get a tool that's going to prevent us from having to do this. Basically, they'll just give us the switch, and we'll be able to create a block right on top of the switch. Pick up some arrows there, might as well. Use my magic laser. So here's a puzzle where it's kind of unfair, I feel. I remember when I tried this out the first time, it was kind of a scenario where I tried everything I could figure out. I knew that this was the room. I could look on the map and see that this was the room I had to go to continue. And it was just last-ditch effort, frustration. I'm going to shoot that guy in the head and see what happens. You know, it was like, I'm so angry, I'm going to shoot him. And that was the result. That was, oh, that's what you need to do, is shoot that guy. Right. And I suppose they kind of rely on the fact that you have the bow out, or that you should have the bow out from the previous room. You're probably going to want to shoot that other, the crystal switch at the top there. Oh, whoops. And then they just expect, oh, the next thing that stands to logic is you're going to shoot that one green statue. Not that you've shot over those statues before, but now you're going to. Okay. Right, left, boom, boom. I screwed that up. Money. And I love this room. This room is so clever. They give you these two torch things, and you go in here and you're like, hey, I'm gonna light the torches, and that's the solution. And then you're like, oh, that wasn't the solution? What do I have to do? Push a brick. Waste some magic power. Not that we're going to use any up here anyway, but... Oh. That was unfair. Alright, so I have 2 hit points down. Coming to the boss. It's... Oh, he got me once. Or I walked into him once, I suppose. I got myself on his face. Oh. So far... Oh. Spoke too soon there. I thought I was going to be able to get through the first section without him spitting any fire on me. Oh! It's potion time, I guess. I don't think my sword lasers will work on this guy, though. Nope. That's okay. I can walk up and hit him. Get him, get him! I guess that's the equivalent of him, like, trying to bite down on my head and getting a sword in the top of the mouth instead. Whoops. And there's the first crystal in the Dark World. Helmasaur is defeated. Got the magic hammer. Not a bad dungeon. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden. But because of Ganon, the boss of thieves, wished it, the world was transformed. We're missing a comma there. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. Yeah. He's trying to open a larger gate between the worlds near the castle using our powers. No, he totally did. He opened a gate. The gate is not completely open yet. Oh, okay. If 7 maidens come together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. I'll return to my original form at that time. Wink, wink. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. So, it's like, everybody in the whole world knows about this plot and this evil wizard except Link. Poor old Link's wandering around just absolutely clueless. Wow, these guys are dropping tons of cash. Okay, so I'm heading for the second dungeon. That is the Water Palace. I could probably head there through the light world. But there is a section over there that I want to hit in the Dark World. So it's going to mean the difference of some time. Like if I go through in that direction, I would have to find the warp point in the light world and then warp in and then come back to that point and warp back out again. Where I need it to be. But if I do it this way, basically I can get through the intended way, which is through this gate right here. Basically that is now the entire Dark World open. I can get to almost every location. I can sneak through in some scenarios, and in others I can quite blatantly open the right path. So I'm going to run down here. This is the second area over here, but I'm going to continue past and pick up my third medallion. Link is quite the coin collector, of course. And right about here. So I'm going to take the magic mirror. You can see that the hammer pegs there are actually outlining the side of this cliff, which is pretty nifty. I'm going to take this book and read here. Hold up the Master Sword and you'll get the magic of Bombos. And that vulture's going to get what he deserves. Huff. Great. So this is a pretty powerful one. It will light some enemies on fire, but basically they're already dead if they get lit on fire. So it just kills everything with fire, basically. Pretty nice to have. Ugh, these guys are annoying. Okay, so I'm heading into the second dungeon in the Dark World. Killing me a big man first there. Okay, so I'm gonna warp right here. And this is the first one where it's kind of imperative that you enter the Dark World and the Light World to get in. So you have to go into this, I don't know what this is. It's like a water channel direction station. I'm gonna use my magic powder on that guy if I can. Get some health back. So you have to enter this this section here to drain the water in the swamp. And then once you've drained the water in the swamp, then you can get this heart piece out here, which is not intentionally placed just to get into the dungeon, but it is pretty handy. And now the water in this section is also drained. So it affects, like, the things that go on in the light world affect the things in the dark world, but not vice versa. Okay, so gonna switch to... leave it on the bombs, I suppose. I have my full heart, so I have my handy sword lasers. Oh, I spoke too soon there. Got a key, gonna open a door. So this particular dungeon is interesting. There's a lot of gimmicks that we've used in the past or stuff that we've encountered previously. Some not so obvious stuff, some super obvious stuff. Those little boxes, it looks like an ant trap on the floor, is pretty annoying. It will shoot fireballs when you have your sword out. Okay, head in here. So the interesting part to me about this one is that the whole dungeon would essentially be way easier if you already had the item. Like when you start in this dungeon, we have the hammer, but we don't have what the dungeon item is going to be, which is the hookshot. And if we have the hookshot in this dungeon, all of the monsters that we're facing here would be basically one-hit kills. Like we could just shoot the skeleton and they would die right away. We wouldn't have to really get in too close. You know, all of the little tiny guys that are floating in the water would be easy to knock down. There's some little jelly dudes that pop out here and there. They'd be super easy to get rid of too. Basically, the whole dungeon is like that. It's like everything that you do is technically doable, but then as you go along, it becomes easier and easier when you pick up the items that you need. These guys here, these little water strider dudes, and oh, I can use that actually. And the guys who hop out of the pipe, they're all indigenous only to this dungeon. Like they only live in this dungeon. I don't think that those little water strider guys or the pipe guys hop in anywhere else. Okay, so I have to go in here and grab a key, and then I have to come back into this room. Lots of backtracking in this level. Sneaking back upstairs. The other kind of cool part is you can see the symmetry. So in the opposite side, it was a little bit similarly laid out. We could see the structures, the locked doors going on. You can even see on the map the symmetry of this dungeon. And I mean that's not unintentional, right? We're looking to get that big chest in the middle room. We have to explore all these other locations to get to that chest. Okay, and here I want to make sure that spiky guy is going to be behind the blue blocks when I knock this switch down again. There we go. I can walk through without any trouble. Get away, skeleton. Okay, heading into the next section here. And technically I could have kept that switch open and walked through, but it would prevent me later on from getting the other treasure chests further ahead in the dungeon here. And that's, I mean, that's really interesting design. When you start looking at that kind of thing where it's like, you can do this, is it the right way to do it? You'll never know. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot, or is it something where you're going to be okay? Right? Are you going to clean up after your, you know, your entryway and exitway, or is it going to be something where we'll wind up having to backtrack again another time to fix the mistake that we'd made? So it gets you conscious of, you know, the impact that you're having on the level as you go around and change things and move things and shift stuff around. Oh, you got me. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. The other one's just cash, I think. I think this one's the big key. I might have gotten it backwards, but let's have a look. Big key, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna hop down here. Pull my sword out and kill that guy. Oh, I didn't get him. That other chest is just 30 rupees. Not a big deal. And we're about to get the hook shot, which is the item for the dungeon. Basically, it's a chain with a spike on the end. Very popular in later games as well. It really adapted well into a like a first or third person shooter kind of a scenario where you're jumping between platforms and stuff. Pretty sweet. Got a key. Gonna head back up the middle here and into the final leg of the dungeon. Got my key. So this here is another kind of interesting puzzle. If we, you know, knock these guys out and hit this switch, the door's gonna open. You have to drop a thing on it. Otherwise, when you walk away, that switch will open up again. But the actual way that we need to go is over here. If we go into that door, it will wind up taking us to the right location, but we'll again have to backtrack to come back because the lever is the wrong way in the next room here. So see, on the left-hand side, we would have come down. We wouldn't have been able to switch this lever. We would have had to go all the way back through. And I think there's a heart in this container down here, which I want. All right, here we go. So there is a way in here. We're gonna head up inside, and what is there? Just some skulls. So this is another one of those scenarios where you get frustrated. There's not really a clear-cut path. Similar to the previous dungeon where we had that point blank, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot that guy in the face. Here the thing is you have to look at your map. When you see in the map, top right corner of that flashing target there, that location where we're standing, you can see that there is a room above here. We kind of had some indication that was going to be a thing before. We have gone into a waterfall by this point. Previously, we also have gone into curtains a couple of times, and, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to do that to players, but it is something that in this game happens pretty frequently, that there's some kind of an unforeseen scenario where all of a sudden you have to do something you've never done before, and it's the only time that you do it in the entire game, and then you can progress, right? And back in the day, that was what we would consider as difficulty. I like the little emblem on the floor here, little jellyfish guy. Alright, and here is a jellyfish guy. So some folks will go and get the third sword to fight this guy. it's a little ways out to go and do that. Unfortunately, I'm not, you know, that desperate. I think I can manage them this way. Okay. It would be nice, however, if you could use some of those medallions on this guy. Reward you for getting them earlier. I don't think they work, though. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to try the ether medallion. Freeze him. He's a water guy. Should freeze. No good. Oh. Give me those little jelly guys. One more. Alright, and now we're on to the final section. So this is another common theme, is that like most of the monsters in this game, like the big monsters, the bosses, will have 2 forms. And this guy is stomping the ground very similarly to the Armos Knights. There we go. Nice big finish. Alright, second crystal. There we are. So yeah, themes and parallels throughout the game. Different design concepts. Stuff that totally breaks the mold, but then stuff that's also the same all the way throughout. It's kind of interesting to see the juxtaposition there. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. Hint, hint. That is why it was hidden away in the Golden Land. Only a select few know of its location, but at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Sorry to break it to you, sister, but he did. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only a hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points, like the one that you saw in Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the 2 worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief. No, Ganondorf, the evil king of darkness. Whose side are you on, lady? Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. So we got a scenario here where this guy found the magical power, he made the world like he wanted it to be, and now our job is to go and murder him and take it. I don't know who's going to be the worst villain here. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time. We're going to be heading to the forest. It's going to be the 3rd dungeon on the map there. See you later.